Give me the Tom Dupree backstory again. Where'd you come from? How did you get into music and marketing? And
Yeah. So I I've been a full-time musician for I guess about 12 years, no job other than that.
yeah,
Went into music with the intent to be full-time when I got out of college at 22. I'm 37 now. So pursuing for 15 years, no other job for 12. I started playing drums at 9, started playing in bars and gigs and stuff at 15. My dad had to drop us off and wait outside while we would play and take us
nice.
home on school nights at midnight and stuff like that. So I did that in high school and then all through college, just playing the drums. And when I got done with college, I knew it's what I wanted to do and thought, well, if I'm going to do it, I need to do it now because I'm not getting any younger. So started the pursuit then, and have had a really, really cool career as a drummer. I moved to Nashville in 2009, and then within a year of moving here, was in a band that we got a deal with Universal Republic, got this big record, got put on the shelf, as has happened to so many bands.
Yeah,
Clawed back from that for a few years, and then when that ended up not ultimately working, I started going the hired gun route, which is easy to do here in Nashville. So started playing for other artists and played for a couple of fairly successful country artists. And then ultimately the last gig ended up having was a band called Tonic, who has sold millions of records and had Grammy nominations. And they were one of the biggest bands in the 90s. And so that was the last sort of hired gun gig that I had. And in between the sort of like country season of my life and Tonic, I started, which I grew up never really listening to country. It was just like that was what was available here. So I kind of learned to love
yeah,
it.
Nashville scene, right?
Yeah, you grow up, rooting for the Yankees, but you get drafted by the Sox. It's like, well, at least I'm playing baseball, right?
It's a good analogy.
Yeah. So, but eventually you remember that, you don't love the Red Sox, and so it's got to change. um, so that's kind of what happened to me. But in the middle of that, I started doing more like remote session work as a drummer. Started to
Mhm.
discover the power of the internet really as a musician outside of just touring and stuff and being in bands. And I started a podcast with a friend of mine where we started kind of sharing the stuff we had learned as musicians on the road over the years. But I realized a lot of the things I knew to be true, there was not evidence of that out in the world for people to find. And so I
Huh.
was acutely aware that I was sort of accidentally positioning myself as yet another talking head on the internet who says, do as I say, not as I do. And I never wanted to be that. It made me feel hypocritical. So uh, I thought, I'm going to take a break from this. I'm going to start hitting publish on my own content so that I can have proof of work. And so I started doing that by doing a daily vlog on YouTube. I would do a video every day, 5 days a week. I did that for like 9 months or so. Um, and in that process, I started releasing my own music as well. And at that point in time, I was not comfortable singing. I had never sang on anything for
Really?
anyone.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd never sang on anything. No one had ever heard me sing before, and I was not prepared to put my voice out into the world. So I just released a few instrumental tracks. And one of the things I would share on my vlogs is what I'm doing to try to figure out how to promote my music online. And that just struck
Yeah,
a chord. And that
yeah,
was those were the videos that got traction. I'd have two views on this video and 2,000 views on this video. And
yeah,
so I started to use that comment section as content ideas. People would ask questions. Have you tried this? Have you done that? How did this go? And I'm like, well, here are 10 video ideas that I have now that I can pull at this thread. So I kept replying to people with content and then kept trying to figure out kind of what music I wanted to make and eventually started singing on songs. And that has sort of turned into this thing where now I'm an independent artist and am running a music marketing business at the same time, kind of neither of which were ever my like long-term goals. I didn't really have a long-term goal with this. It was really more than anything just an exercise in hitting publish and
mm,
facing my own like feeling that I needed to have proof of work and also recognizing that intimidation of posting on the internet. I think it takes a rare breed of person to not have any trepidation about posting something on the internet.
I think you have to be like a sociopath or something to feel
100%.
nothing.
Yeah, I think everybody has that fear of judgment, a fear of failing.
Yeah.
Even now, having posted, God knows, I mean, tens of thousands of pieces of content on the internet, I still have that feeling whenever I hit upload on a YouTube video, like, man, I hope this doesn't suck. So it really has
Yeah.
been mostly that. It's been like a self challenge, and it has evolved into what it is now, and hopefully it will continue to evolve even further